What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? This is your brother Chief Kalanago Flying Eagle. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me make sure we got some audio on Facebook. Let me give me 1 second. All right. So we good. We good. We good. All right. So check this out, man. Let me give y'all some time to step into this live feed. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna wait too long, but just give y'all a few seconds. Let me drink some water here. Yeah, we're about to have a little build. All right, we're about to have a little build. Yep. Yeah, man. So what's good? What's good? What's good? Hope everybody's having an amazing, amazing, amazing day, man. It's a beautiful day because the sun is out, so it's a sun day. All right. Always rise and never moan unless you have a reason to moan, right? But anyway, like I said, man, this is your brother Chief Kalinago, and I'm about to get into a little something. All right. I wasn't actually going to do a video on this, but I want to do a video. All right. I want to do a video because I want to expose a couple of things. You feel me? So that's what I'm about to do right now because it is not the first time I have seen certain posts like that. All right. And by no means this post is meant to create any type of animosity. By no means this post is meant to create any type of battle or tug of war. I'm not into that, but it's strictly to point out you know something that I see all the time. And we as American men, it's time that we step up because you see, we are being judged, you know, by people, through the behavior of some of our brothers. You see what I'm saying? And people don't know how to differentiate. You feel me? But they make general statements. And when you, as a man, a God king, you address these people, they tend to get in their emotions and they flip it and say, well, nah, you are the one of your emotions. Nah, I'm not in my emotions. I'm just pointing out facts and I'm going to address it. And you see, we have to, every time we see this type of post, we have to be able to address it and still be diplomatic and still be respectful. Because anytime you post facts. Like, here's the thing with Facebook, right? And YouTube, all these platforms. Whenever people make comments, people don't realize that that's a public platform. All right, that's number one. It's a public platform. And whenever you make a post, that post comes across my timeline and other people's timelines because we are friends on Facebook. So therefore, when you make a comment, it comes across my timeline. I reserve the right to comment on your post. You feel me? But here's the thing. Whenever you post facts, all of a sudden it's always met with the LOL, like it's a damn joke. You feel me? Because that's how you know you have defeated somebody. When you give them facts, they give you the LOL. Then they come back and they think of what they got to say and make themselves look stupid. You feel me? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a post a woman, made on or a statement that she made on Facebook, and a lot of brothers on the post, they were trying to articulate themselves and say certain things, but me, I get right to the point and I hit it where it hurts. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to share that post with y'all. And again, by no means this is meant to create any type of separation or any type of division. That's not what this is about. But at some point, we have to stand, all right? Stand and defend our own and put things in perspective and get the respect that we deserve. Because here's the funny thing. The entire world want to be like us. The entire world emulate us, but at the same time, they want to, they want to address us in the most derogatory way. You feel me? It's like you praise us on one end, and the other hand, you want to diss us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like stuff like that. You feel me? I don't like stuff like that. So with that being said, hey, what up, Supreme Chief Holiday? Okay, John, what's going on? With that being said, let me show you a post a woman made on Facebook, and I addressed it, and I had every right to address it. So let's get into this, all right? Because this is not a game, man. This is not a game. So let me show y'all the post real quick. And like I said, this is not to create any type of division. You feel me? This is strictly to make a point, a statement of how certain people think about us. All right? Let's watch. Let me go ahead and share. Let me present this to y'all real quick. Boom. So here we go. This is the post right here, right? Let me see if I could make this a little bigger. Here we go. All right. So let me wait for this to populate real quick. All right. So this is the post. All right. Once again, I'm not posting this so that anybody could attack the system. That's not what this is about. This is to put things in perspective and show you the mentality of a lot of people like her. All right. So please do not reach out to the sister and diss her or disrespect her. That's not this. It's not about that. All right. But anyway, this is the post from this sister, Monica Bailey Alford, right? It says, American men. Now, that's a general statement. That's a general statement. It means that all the men in America. She didn't say some. So what is she insinuating? She's insinuating that she literally have went all over the Americas, okay? And every American man told her or asked her that. I'm American. I never asked her that. So just to show you the ignorance of people, but they want to come off like they are more intellectual than me. And you're fooling yourself if you think you are. You feel me? So with that being said, let's put this in perspective. Miss Monica, just in case you didn't know, America is a continent. Just like Africa is a continent. The United States is not America. You see, that's what got y'all fooled. You feel me? And y'all tend to disrespect us because y'all are ignorant to the knowledge. But I'm about to put y'all in y'all place right now. Anyway, this is what she said. She said, men, American men, not some American men, or men in Houston, or men in Jamaica, or men in Barbados, or men in Antigua. Nah, America is a continent, miss. Or men in New York. No, American men. So that means every American man ask her. So American men ask me all the time, not some of the time. Like men just walk up to you and ask you questions. Wow. I wonder what's so special about you. But anyway, let's go. American men ask me all the time why I prefer to date men from other countries. From other countries. Secondly, Miss Monica, the United States is not a country, it's a corporation. I'm gonna educate you, and then you could sit your ass down and behave yourself. You feel me? Because you this is not a game, all right? Because a lot of y'all do this, and I'm gonna expose y'all, all right? American men ask me all the time why I prefer to date men from other countries. I was gonna give a long speech. Like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The way you treat yourself is the way you are going to treat me. Now, this is the picture she depicted of American men. Okay? She took a picture of boys in the hood, okay, with their pants below their waist, shooting dice on the corner, right? But miss, don't you know that dice is actually an American game? That my indigenous ancestors played dice on the corners the same way that these brothers are doing it? Don't you know that's part of my culture? Huh? Do you know that? Do you know that basketball was actually originated in the Mayan culture? Do you know that hockey was actually founded and created in Nova Scotia by my indigenous ancestors? You feel me? But she took a picture of this gentleman, I'm assuming that he's African, in a suit. In a suit. Now, let me ask you a question. Is dressing in a suit like this, is it an African culture? Why didn't you pick a man in a daishiki? You feel me? But you picked a picture with a man in a so-called European. And I'm saying so-called European because when people talk about Europeans, they always tend to talk about the pale man. But no, the original European is not the pale man. You feel me? But I'm just showing you the bias in that picture. Now, why didn't you go to somebody else's picture and choose a brother that's dressed more appropriately and say, hey, you know what? He's one of the ones that asked me that question, or whatever the case may be. But you cannot take this one picture, okay, and generalize American men. Particularly, I'm assuming you mean men from the United States because of your ignorance, because you think the United States is America. You feel me? So I have to put you in your place and others like you, because I got to defend my honor. You feel me? I got to defend my people. And it just shows you once again in a state of mind that we are not the same. You feel me? So you choose that picture to depict all American men. All right, all American men, and you show this one on the left side with a picture with a suit, indicating that, well, he's an African man. And how do I know that it's depicting an African man? Because if you go on her page, she's promoting Afro beats, which I'm going to get into. All right, so this is the comment that I made. All right, and you have all these people, Opong on the beats, perfectly said. And then Richard Burns said, I don't know many people that are still hanging out in streets, whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, I'm going to go to my comment, because you see people like that, they post this kind of things for likes and comments that could feed, you see what I'm saying? That could feed their emotions because they're looking for praise. You feel me? But I'm not going to give you praise with that type of comment that you're posting on Facebook and making a general statement. Now, you didn't say, I've dealt with a few American men, and a few of them asked me, you say all American men. I don't know you. I'm certainly sure Chief Holiday don't know you. So what are you talking about? All right, so let me go to my comment, because I'm tired of seeing stuff like that. Y'all disrespecting us. I don't like that. All right, now this is what I said. Okay, I said, I am an American man. Please go through my pictures and find one depiction of your derogatory implications. It is a derogatory implication because you are implicating all American men. But you see, when they meet a man of intellect, when they meet a king, a god that knows who he is, it's always met with laughter. You see what I'm saying? So she put her LOL. I already know what that means. It means that you're defeated. That means that you are defeated. Let me tell you something. Anytime somebody put a comment on Facebook and you hit them with the facts and they put LOL, that means boom, you already won. So just chill and relax. It shows that you are superior in thinking. You feel me? And that's facts. But anyway, I said, I'm an American man. Please go through my pictures and find one depiction of your derogatory implications. Every nation has its spoils, meaning that every nation has its people that vibrate in low frequency. I'll break it down to you, okay? You look for men that are clothed with the fine garments, but have hearts of I meant a deceiver, not a receiver. That was supposed to be a deceiver. And I will update that. I said, good luck. I am a God King of light. You feel me? I said, I'm a God King of light. You see, because you're putting a man with a suit, but let me ask you a question. When people talk about scams and all these different things, what's the first thing, one of the first things that come to mind? Nigerian men. Now, are we supposed to put all Nigerian men in a category that all of them scam people? No, we can't do that. We cannot make that general statement, but yet still, anytime, and I'm telling you, on many occasions, I've heard people talk about it, about African men, how they scam people. But I am not going to fall into such crazy ideas because it's not true. It is not true. You feel me? But I'm not going to make that type of generalization. But anyway, she came back with this. There are 8 replies. The first thing she said is, my statement was not derogatory, nor do you know me to know what I'm looking for. Well, I'm assuming you know the meaning of derogatory, because that picture is actually derogatory. You feel me? Why didn't you show a picture of, let's just say, I'm just saying, whoever that was actually dressed, and say, well, you know what, this man asked me this question, or, whatever the kid. Obviously, the ones that are asking you those type of questions are the one that you attract. Because that's the ones that you are around. Because if all of that you are actually around, then you know what? That's the opinion that you're subjected to. But anyway, she said, my statement was not derogatory, nor do you know me to know what I'm looking for. If it offends you, then I am talking to you because I was referring to the people who carry themselves that way. Now, you were not talking to the people who carry themselves that way. You were talking about American men. And no, I'm not offended by what you post because it doesn't bother me. I'm offended by your stupidity. That's what I'm offended by. Your ignorance, your lack of knowledge of who and what America is. You feel me? That's what I'm offended by. Okay, because your post doesn't bother me in the sense that because it doesn't apply to me. I don't carry myself that way. You feel me? And somebody on the corner playing dice without their shirt, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't offend me either. It's the mentality of the man. All right? Anyway, she continues and says, it's several American men agreeing with my post. They're not men, they're boys, okay? And they're feeding into your ego. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not the one, miss. I'm not the one. Because you see, like I said, I'm a God king. I'm one of the real ones. So when I see y'all stupid post, I'm going to address it and put you in your damn place and sit your ass down and realize that you're talking to a God king. You feel me? Now, check it out. I don't need your luck because I choose wisely. Oh, wow. You choose the ones with the suits, the ones that's going to rob your bank account. Okay. I see what you're talking about. But then again, that's a general statement. Is it fair to make that general statement? No, it's not. Okay, because if you're choosing people based on their suits, then you haven't chosen wisely, Miss Monica. Let's proceed. Next, 2 replies. I said, y'all post, and now I'm making a general statement because I've seen it a few times. Y'all post y'all BS. When real men step up, you LOL. And that's what they always do. You feel me? Because they don't know how to step up intellectually, okay, with reasoning, with wisdom, because they actually be beneath that, okay? You LOL. You made a general statement, which it was a general statement. No need to know you to know the seeds that you produce because of what you post, I already know the type of person that you are. Okay, you make general statements. Now, you posted what you are looking for. Anyway, I don't do bad. I don't do the back and forth. All right, as I said, God King in the flesh. Don't dwell in your feelings. Have a great day. She said, sorry, you are in your feelings, sweetheart. I'm not your sweetheart, miss. I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm not your sweetheart. All right, that's number one. Okay, because once again, whenever you are dealing with people and you hit them where it hurts, they cannot step up on your on your state of, you know, your mental. All right, they start calling you sweetheart and baby and all these things. I'm not your sweetheart. All right, that's number one. Facebook is here for people to express their opinions, absolutely, but it's also there for people to rebuttal and comment on the things that you post. If you don't want to post things for people to make comments, then I suggest you make it private. Okay? You won't ruin my day over my right to express myself. This is not about the rights or your non-rights to express yourself. By all means, express yourself. But however, you cannot take away my right to express myself either. And that's what I did. You feel me? Because you want to post your garbage, all right, and you don't want anybody to rebuttal what you're saying because the men on your page say, oh, I agree with you. No, I don't agree with you because you did not make a factual statement. Okay? Next. She said, you are exactly why I'm married to a foreigner. Oh, wow. So why are you here in America? Why are you here on my ancestral land then? Aren't you a foreigner? Go back where you came from. And you see, that's the problem with a lot of people. They want to come into our land. They want to abuse what we have. They want to take everything that we have. They want to take our culture. They want to take our identity. And then they still want to disrespect us. Akon did it. And they all do it. But you see, it's our fault though. Because everything that we have, we want to show the world. And I'll tell you why we do that. Because we have always done that. But anyway, that's another video. All right? Next. I said, Facebook is a public platform. You comment, expect people to respond. Feelings? I meant I'm superb. Take a look down my timeline. Feel the energy of a king. She hit me with the LOL again. Because once again, when you are hitting people where it hurts, they cannot find anything again with intellect to respond with. They give you the LOL. That's when you know they took an L. They come with the LOL. LOL, lots of losses. Not lots of laughter, but losses because you took an L. All right. Now, I said, good for you. Stay with your foreigners. Have a nice day. Go look at the etymology of the word nice. And I truly meant that. Have a nice day. Because nice means stupid and ignorant, just in case you didn't know. So I actually meant that. When I tell somebody have a nice day, I know exactly what I'm saying. Like I said, you stepped into the wrong arena, miss. All right? Now, she said, my king takes good care of me. That's what a man is supposed to do. Take care of his woman. That's what a woman is supposed to do. Take care of her man. Okay? That's what they're supposed to do. So I don't expect you to be with a man who don't take care of you. That's what you're supposed to do. So more power to you. I am not looking for anything, nor will I waste my time on your page just to appease you. You cannot appease me, miss. You cannot appease me because your level of thinking is, come on, man. It's no comparison. So you cannot appease me. That's number one. All right. You came on my page, on my post, then got offended when I clapped back. What are you, Ja Rule? We gonna clap back? We gonna clap? What are you talking about? Clap back with what? With foolishness? And then calling me boy. You see, once again, the disrespect from these people. You see what I'm saying? Miss, I'm a man. And not just a man, I'm a God man. You feel me? And I'm certainly sure when you see this, you're going to probably delete me or block me. I don't care. But I have to expose your foolishness. And that's what they always do. They want to call you a boy when they cannot step up to the level of your thinking. You feel me? And showing me a house. And showing me this house. What does that have to do with anything? Huh? Is that your house? Maybe, maybe not. Who cares? It don't matter to me. Okay? It doesn't matter. And talking about you big mad. Man, I just left it alone. I just left it alone. But let me show you something. Let me show you something else. Let me show you something else real quick. All right? You want to show me a house of brick, okay? With a pool. All right. Let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick. You see, y'all playing with the wrong one, man. Y'all playing with the wrong one. Now, let me ask you a question. Why didn't you show me a picture of this? Hold on for 1 second. Let this screen populate. There's a slight delay. Hold on for 1 second. Here we go. Why don't you show me a picture of this? All right. Why don't you show me a picture of this of men in Africa? Now, am I going to assume that everybody in Africa live that way? If I were to make a statement that men of Africa, our women shouldn't be with them because that's how they live, that would be a general statement that's incorrect. That wouldn't be fair because it's not true. So why are you making these general statements about American men? Because you are in your feelings. Would that be a true statement? No, it would not be, because every African don't live that way. And by the way, there's nothing wrong in living that way. But you see, it's the perception of foolish people. Because a lot of primitive people, that's how they lived. That's how they lived. And the more people evolve, then they evolve and lived in different conditions. But I'm not going to take a picture and make a general statement and say, well, hey, this is all Africans, because that would be stupid of me. But why didn't you show a picture like this? But no, you show a picture of the brick house and a man with a suit. Who is that supposed to impress? That's supposed to impress somebody? So again, it shows the level of your stupidity. And that's what it shows. Okay? And then on your page, You are actually promoting Afro beats. Now let's put this in perspective. Okay, let's put this in perspective. Miss, let me tell you where Afro came from. Afro is an American culture, not an African culture, because Americans had Afro. Africans never wore afros. Okay, and that came all the way from Egypt. In fact, the Afro pick came from Egypt. Where do you think the first Egypt was, Miss Monica? The first Egypt was and is in America, and we took our culture down the Nile, which is the Mississippi River, into Africa, and they created Kemet, the same people of the Americas. Because why? They were fighting invaders, and they went down the Nile into Africa to create another empire. Let me tell you another something you may not know. When America, my ancient ancestors, were going into Asia and Europe and pillage, and not just pillage, but teach the knowledge, okay, and civilization to Asia and Europe, Africa was still a baby coming up. So know your place and give respect where respect is due, because you're talking to the ones who know. You're talking to one of the bosses right now. You're talking to a chief. So have some respect. You see, the men that's on your page liking your comment, they don't, you see, they don't know. You feel me? They don't know. So now you're promoting Afro beats on your page. Why do you think every artist in Africa, they want to come to they want to be on Hot 97 in New York? They want to be on WBLS. They want to be on our stations. Why? Because everybody want to be like us. Let me ask you a question. Let's go back to the 60s. Let's go back to the 70s. Let's go back to the 50s and show me the Afro beats in Africa. I'll wait. Show me jazz in Africa. I'll wait. Show me rock and roll in Africa. I'll wait. Show me blues in Africa. I'll wait. And don't even make the mistake and tell me that Africa created the drums, because they didn't. The drums came from South America into Africa. But by the way, drumming was a universal thing of all indigenous people. Like I said, you just buck up on the right one. Okay? So don't play yourself and disrespect my American brothers. I'm not going to stand for that. I am tired of y'all doing that. I'm tired of y'all doing that. You feel me? So I just want to put you in your place real quick. And I hope you see this video. Don't play around, man. Because anytime you heard about Afro, it was always related to American men. Whether it was Mexican Afro, whether it was Caribbean Afro, whether it was Afro from the United States. That is our culture. That is our culture, miss. Okay? Just so you know. This is not a game, man. What's wrong with y'all, man? Let me tell y'all something, okay? American men are the most intellectual men on the planet. And that goes back into time immemorial. All right? It goes back into time immemorial. We are the most intellectual men on the planet. You feel me? Our oratory is amazing because it came from our ancestors. That's something that's in our DNA. So when you're talking to all these little boys, come talk to a real man. Okay? Come talk to a man, because I am sick and tired of y'all foreigners. Yes, I said it. Coming into my ancestral land, abusing everything we have, and still disrespecting us. And you know what? That's our fault, because we allow it to happen. We allow it to happen. Okay? We allow it to happen. And then when stuff like that happens, then we are the ones that's getting mad. But here's the thing. I'm not mad. That's the whole point about this. I'm just making a passionate statement. You feel me? So the next time you post your stupidity and your foolishness, you will think of somebody like Chief Kalanaga. You will think about it, because it might just happen to run across my timeline, and I will approach. I will step up. I will make a statement. You feel me? And trust me, we, the American gods, we will rise again. You feel me? Because we are the original gods, just so you know. You see, here's the thing y'all don't really know. The difference between man and mankind. You see, that's the difference y'all don't know. And what y'all don't realize is mankind was created in because a part of Asia was actually part of Ethiopia, part of India. Part of a civilization in India was actually part of a civilization of Ethiopia. But what you don't realize, it was mankind that was created in Africa and Asia. But man, the first man of the soul, was in the Americas. You see, that's what y'all don't know. That's why everybody have to gravitate to us. That's why everybody got to come back home to us, because we are the original. No other race on the planet was ever called the soul children or soul food. We gave it to the world, Miss Monica. You see, I know who I am. I know my roots and culture. I know. And that's why I'm able to speak with such passion, because I know it. I don't think it or I believe, I know it. When man first manifested on this earth, he set foot in the peaks of the Appalachian Mountains. The oldest cretins on earth was found in Canada. And then it spread into 4 rivers into the rest of the world. So when America was shining, Asia and Africa and Europe, there were still babies coming from the water. So know your damn place and show some respect for the American man, your fathers, and also our American women, your mothers. Y'all think life originated in Africa? No, that's what they taught you. That's not true. We were the first soul children. The gods of light first stepped foot in the Americas, the original Nagas. And then the Nagas moved to India so we could teach them the knowledge. Don't, come on, miss, trust me. Don't step to me. No, you're stepping to the wrong one. The American woman is your mother. It's not the other way around. And that they're so brainwashed, they don't know. So they want to run to Africa. Oh, this is the motherland. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Africa is the motherland of mankind, human beings, and Asia together, because they have to create the Caucasian race. So they created the Caucasian race. And when I say Caucasian, I'm talking about Asian, the East Indians, and all those different variations of Asians, because they are all Asians. But first, that seed had to be, it came from the American woman, okay? And it was handed down to the original women of those different continents. So know your place when you're talking. You feel me? So don't just use one picture to generalize the American man. Even a lot of those dudes that's actually on the corner, a lot of them are actually brilliant. A lot of them, they're actually, man, they are men of intellect, because I hear them speak. But because of how the conditions, the environment that they are around, that's all they know. But this man, they know to articulate themselves. How do I know? Because I teach them. I go to the park, what it's called now, but over the summer, I went to the park every week and teach my brothers. Yes, they're in gangs and all that, but it's cool. They are my brothers. And you should hear them speak. They're eloquent, the way they flow and the way they deliver their speech. But when you look at them, you will judge them. That's why it's not wise to judge a man by his clothing, but by what's within him. So just to show your shallow mind and your shallow thinking, to show a depiction of American men sitting on corners, throwing dice with their pants below their waist, and then you want to show an African in a suit and tell me that's the man that you want and glorify. Not even the daishiki came from Africa. The daishiki came from Europe. So know your place, miss, because what you think is yours is not even yours. The so-called black Europeans brought daishiki into Africa. You see, got people brainwashed, man. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't the one, man. Trust me. I'm in the know. And that's why I'm so different. That's why I'm built that way, because I'm the secret weapon. You feel me? Because I have my facts to back everything I'm talking about. I'm talking about scientific, archaeological research to prove that America was the first that came, the firstborn. But because we were the firstborn, the first have to be the last. But mind you, Miss Monica, the last will become the first again. And the American man and woman will rise. And we are the ones that's going to change the world because we have always done that. We have always given to the world. We have always been the one that brought the light to the world. But at the same time, we also brought the darkness to the world. You see, I cannot be biased. It's a double-edged sword. We give the world light and we give the world darkness. And that's what it is. You feel me? So when you're talking, know what you're talking about. Okay? Know what you're talking about. So I'm about to conclude this video, man. All right? For other people that feel they could make this kind of post and not be dealt with. Okay? And not be dealt with. And my brothers and sisters, you have to arm yourself. Arm yourself with the knowledge. So when these fools, they post what they post, you're able to articulate. You're able to snipe and hit them where it hurts with the facts. So all they will come with is their LOLs and their LOLs and their LOLs. Lots of laughter. But to me, LOL means lots of L's, lots of losses. You feel me? So don't get it twisted. Afrobeats ain't got nothing to do with Africa. Afrobeats is American, but our people are so confused and brainwashed, they give everything to Africa because they think we Africans. But yet still, Africa is always trying to be like us. Like, well, that doesn't make sense, though. It just doesn't make sense. How does it make sense? Even in the 1800s, all right? Even in the 1800s, when they took my ancestors from the Americas, some of the so-called free Negroes, and they took them to Liberia. How do you think the colony of Liberia was created? From American men mostly. How do you think Sierra Leone? From American men mostly. Over 10,000 years, over what, 10,000 years ago, more than 20,000 American men migrated into Nigeria. But you see, you don't know that history because nobody taught you that. And even in the Americo Liberia, meaning that the Americans that went to Liberia, guess what? The indigenous Africans were fighting them because they told them they were not Africans. So I know we're not the same, but at the same time, don't disrespect us, man. Because we gave y'all life. We give y'all everything. We gave y'all the knowledge. Even the allegorical Jesus went where? He went to Egypt, into the Americas to get the knowledge. Even the allegorical Moses, where did he go? He went into ancient Egypt to get the knowledge. Where do you think the first Egypt was? In the Americas. You feel me? And it was South America that gave West Africa the knowledge. We gave them civilization. Who do you think gave Africa knowledge? It was our women on the Nile. We gave them cultivation. When our men were actually going out to hunt, our women, they were home and they were thinking, what can we do? And they learned cultivation. And we took that knowledge and brought it into Africa. So know your damn place, woman. Know your place. Because you buck up on the wrong one. In fact, you buck up on the right one. Because I am the right one. And I have everything to prove what I'm talking about. So because y'all always have this chip on y'all shoulder like, oh, y'all came from us. We did not come from y'all. Okay? We did not come from y'all. You see, that's what these so-called scholars with their pseudo information gave the world. And they gave it to the world for a reason. Because of colonization. And my people were not slaves from Africa. My people were always here. And a lot of them became slaves here in their own land. You feel me? So don't get it twisted. So when you talk about Afro beats and all that, thinking it's African, no, it's not. Like I said, let's go back in the 60s and show me the music that was in Africa. Show me the jazz. Show me the instruments that was there. Show it to me. So don't take credit for what we gave you and take it and say it's yours like everybody else. You're doing the same thing the black Europeans did. You're doing the same thing that these pale Europeans are doing. Everything that we have, they take it and say it's theirs. So you're a colonizer like everybody else. So don't come into my land telling me what we are and what we aren't. Like you have this superiority over us when we gave the world civilization. What's wrong with you? And I will sit with any of your scholars, any one of them, and put them in their place. Anyone. Bring any one of them. Because I got the facts. All right. So anytime you see these people, man, anybody, I don't care who it is, not just her in particular, anybody talking their nonsense, y'all have enough information. And that's why you see I'm writing this book. It is so important because I'm writing a book that's going to change the world. Who do you think the gods of light was? Hmm? Who do you think the gods of light was? The gods of light was in the Americas. Once again, the first Nagas. Who do you think they were? They were in the Americas and they moved to India. And guess what? They coined India the land of the Nagas, but it's not, it's the Americas. That's why they call us niggers. You feel me? See, y'all got to get it, man. Where do you think the land of Merus or Meru, what do you think it is? They coined it to be in India, but no, it's actually in the Americas. Atlas, from Tony Atlas. Who do you think that was? That was actually in the Americas. Okay? A lot of Americans, particularly from the Mayan culture, they pass on the knowledge. We are descendants of the Atlanteans. And then a lot of Africa, Asia, and Europe, they are descendants of the Lemurians. So when y'all don't know when y'all talking, man, know what y'all talking about. And put some respect on our identity, man. Put some respect on it. Because like I said, I'm a secret weapon. Y'all just don't know about. But y'all going to learn who Chief Kalinago is. I'm telling you, you're going to learn. Because I'm about to put all this down on paper. Every day I'm at it, working like an architect, writing and building and dropping that information. I've read over 5,000 books. Me, yes. Because you see, that's what I do. I don't watch TV for the past almost 20 years. Just recently, I got a TV because when my boys come over, you know, they watch TV, whatever the case may be. But guess what? I'm one of the ones that you're looking for. Yes. You feel me? I've read over 5,000 books. I got so much knowledge in here. It's like I'm a walking library. And there's so much more to learn. But I'm willing to learn. You feel me? But I had to do that so I could teach my people. I could teach the world who we are and how great we are. You feel me? And debunk all the lies. What's wrong with y'all people, man? But anyway, I'm about to get out of here, man. I think I let off enough steam. Woo, look at this. I'm sweating. Woo, the sweat of a king, the sweat of a God. We smell that. Ah, it smells so good. It smells like tea tree oil because I put tea tree oil underneath my armpits. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, the point I'm making is, man, people have to realize that, first off, you have to educate yourself. Don't just make this ignorant statements and think that because one or two men on your page like it, these men, I'm not going to call them fools. They're just uneducated. You feel me? Because they may see a smile or they may see a skirt or they may see some cleavage. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, they fall for the foolishness, right? But a man like me, that the flesh don't impress, you see, it's a whole different story. So when a real one make a comment, of course, he's going to be met with LOLs. Because what else are you going to do? Because you just accepted defeat. So what are you going to do? Nothing else. So I had to make an entire video, not just because of you, but because to make a point. So that when others make those idiotic statements and comments and posts on Facebook, they know that if it runs across Chief Kalinago's page, he's going to put them in their place. You feel me? He's going to put them in their place. Do me a favor, miss. Go look up Henrietta Lacks. Go look up Henrietta Lacks, the American Aborigine who had the cells of immortality. Okay? Go look it up. But of course, they're going to tell you she's African American. No, she's not. She's American. And guess what, miss? American is a race, just in case you didn't know. Okay? American is a race. We were the only continent where it doesn't matter where you go, whether it was South America, Central America, or North America, we all looked alike in our physiognomy. Yes, we varied in complexion, but we all look alike, like we all came from one womb. Okay? We were the only ones on the planet. So that's why when the foreigners came here, they were confused. Like, we can't tell where these people came from. Are they the Israelites? Are they the Madukes? Are they the Irish? Are they the... No, we are none of those. We are actually an original people. You feel me? So once again, man, show some respect. Please. All right? So, but I'm gonna get back to this book, man. Yep. Exactly. You're absolutely, man. Let me tell you something, man. People, and that's the problem with the school system, right? That's the problem with the system. They teach people all this false information, and people hold it to be true. When the greatness of America, it will be told. You see, the name America, it did not come from Vespucci like they teach you that. The name America actually came from, you know, a Mayan culture. Amerik, Meru, Merus, all right? Maruk, all these different variations, okay? All these different variations. Amerik means the land on high, meaning that America, the north, where the first soul people came down from the north, from the celestial beings. You feel me? They came down from the north into the north. So America, the north, was actually considered the peak of the heavens. All right. And South America was considered Hades. Hades was what they call Sheol. So they associated Haiti with Hades. So Haiti was actually considered Hades. And later they turned Hades into hell. You see, y'all don't know, but Chief Kanago know what he's talking about. And all that stuff, I'm going to break that down in my book. You feel me? I'm going to give the world the truth. So y'all could sit in a corner and read and weep because of the disrespect you had for your mothers and fathers. Okay? So know what y'all talking about, man. The African continent is a baby compared to America. So stop playing. And this is not a battle between Africa and America. That's not what it is. See, that's what they're trying to turn it into. So y'all fall into the ignorance of thinking that. You feel me? Now, that's just me putting things in perspective. That's what it is. Intellectual conversation. All right? That's intellectual conversation. But you see, what's hidden in the dark will be brought into the light. You see, we're living in the age of Aquarius. And of course, we hear that all the time, but a lot of people don't know what that really means. It means that everything that's actually hidden will be exposed. And soon enough, you will hear the truth about the American continent. That is actually the oldest landmass on the earth, the first from which everything spread. All right? And everything in astrology, everything in religion came from astrology. The Bible, the great cosmos was the first Bible because all your deities came from the cosmos. The 12 disciples, the 12 tribes of Israel, they all came from the 12 planets. It is all astrological. You see what it is? All astrological. All deities literally came from a depiction of the sun, the Most High, the first light, the first begotten Son, what they call the Christ, the crown, the corona, the crown, Christos. So trust me, man, when y'all step up, man, y'all stepping up to the right one, man. Let me tell you something. I'm a walking book of knowledge. And I can't wait to congregate with my people and teach them like we used to do back in the days around the fire. But the time will soon come. It will come. All right, it will come. So I'm wishing everyone a magnificent day. Even you, Monica, like I said, no animosity, man. Sometimes you have to drop the information and drop it harsh. Sometimes you have to do it, the delivery. It got to be powerful. You feel me? So this is not a smite at you. This is just putting you in your place. All right. So when you feel like doing something again like that, that you will rethink it. All right. And then be a little more specific opposed to being general. Okay. Because, and if you don't be careful, if y'all don't be careful, the same picture that you showed me with all this men with the pants underneath their waist, guess what? A lot of young African boys are actually doing it right now, throwing up all the gang signs and all that. They're doing it. Why? Because everything that we do, the world do it. So what is that telling you? Isn't that telling you something? We are the trendsetters. We were always the trendsetters. We were always the trendsetters. We always gave to the world, and that's a gift and a curse to us. We get along with everybody. You feel me? We will go into any culture and blend in and give everything that we have. But Africans, they will stick in just their corner, take from everybody else and go celebrate by themselves. You see, I know Asians do the same thing. Not everybody. So let me digress a little bit. But a lot of them do that. Not just Africans, a lot of Asians do it. They will come between us, take what we have, and go take it and make it theirs. And that's cool because we have always done that. We have always done that. But don't take what we have and thinking it's yours and at the same time disrespect us at that. Don't do that. That's when the real ones like me, we're going to step up and put you in your place. Okay? We are the only ones that have a hereditary right, okay? A spiritual right, a national right, a race right to call ourselves Americans. Because that's who we are. The original. Absolutely American. We are the heads and not, well, we are also the tail too. Okay, because you have to realize that without the head, you cannot have the tail. So because we were the head, we had to descend into the tail. That's why the world is looking at us the way that they look at us right now, because it had to happen, because we had to experience the highest of the high and descend into the low of the low for us to rise again. So now we are rising back to the head, and there's nothing they could do to take it away from us. That's why you have all these different people waking up, so-called waking up. A lot of them may not have exactly what they need or don't know how to articulate it, but it's an energy in them that's waking up. But trust me, they will be able to put it in perspective. It's going to happen. And that's just the way it is. You feel me? It is already prophesied. It's already written in the cosmos, in the constellation. You feel me? And the constellation of Capricorn is where the name America already written, where the eagle of Isaiah flew over the Americas. That's why the eagle belongs to America. You feel me? And that's why the age of Capricorn will actually happen from the root in America. And we're going to spread it into the world. So, miss, when you're talking to your saviors. Watch your mouth. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And this is not arrogance, man. This is just facts. This is just facts. All right? This is just facts. The first savior of the world came from the Americas. All right? Just so y'all know. Anyway. Oh, no doubt. We built pyramids all over the world. We took that knowledge all over the world. Like I said, when we were given knowledge to Asia and Europe, Africa didn't have the knowledge yet. It was only later we brought it down to them. Okay? So, like I said, man, put some respect on the American Nagas, man, on the American Niji. Feel me? Put some respect on that. The sons and the daughters of light. Put some respect on that. Yo, anyway, y'all have a good one, man. I'm about to get out of here. All right? I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go work on this book. I'm actually going, get me a little smooth fruit smoothie. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna take a little walk, get that, come back and do some work. Man, trust me, this book is a lot of work. A lot of work. And it's an energy thing too, because a lot of times I have to, like, sometimes, like, literally, I took about 3 weeks off because it was just so much information. I'm telling you, so much information with so much energy, because I know what that book is going to do, right? That I had to take 3 weeks off, literally 3 weeks off. And it was just literally about, I would say about 4 days ago, I got back into it. But I have to take these periodic breaks because it's just so much energy, it overwhelms me. You feel me? And I am getting a lot of attacks. Like, like I'm telling you for real, I'm getting a lot of attacks, but I'm too strong though. You see what I'm saying? I'm too strong. And I feel the energy, So I know that, I have to keep on putting in that work. Oh, no doubt, the land of milk and honey. That's right, A. Jones. That's the Americas. You feel me? That's the Americas. When they don't know, when they're talking about the milk, the land of milk and honey, that was us. You feel me? But they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn that never bite the hand that feeds you, miss. Have you heard this before? Never bite the hand that feeds you. Okay? Never bite the hand that feeds you. Um, well, let's put it that way, right? Within the next 3 to 4 weeks, I want to put all the because I have all the information. I've already compiled all the information because the information, I'm piecing the information, right? So it is in different segments. But I was actually going to start with breaking down the Bible, but I had to go back and meditate on that. Why? Because most people are religious, and I didn't want to come off as if I'm attacking religion. You feel me? So I had to go back and, kind of like go back to the lab and rethink that. So now I'm actually starting with showing and proving, okay, from the great, what you call them, archaeologists, showing and proving that America is the first landmass, okay? Also showing Thomas Jefferson talking about America, people, the world, okay? So I am breaking all that down. And from there, I'm actually going into literature and books talking about the original people of the Americas, who they were, what they look like, okay, their physiognomy, their complexion, basically their built, their being, their culture. So I'm breaking that down, all right? Then I'm going into 1492, talking about the people who came here and showing and proving that these people were people of color. Ferdinand, Isabella, King James, King Charles. I'm showing all these people were people of color and their consorts, all right? Meaning that all the people who work for them, their generals, their lords, all of those, I am showing that they are people of color, okay? And also breaking down the, about the 13 colonies, who set up the 13 colonies, okay? And also coming into the presidency, all right? Showing and proving that George Washington was actually a mulatto. Showing and proving that George Washington, that Michelle Obama is not the first um, first lady of color. No, she's not, because George Washington, he was married to a so-called black woman. So I'm breaking all that down. Then I'm going to go into Abraham Lincoln, proving and showing that Abraham Lincoln, in his own words, give his description, and he said he was a black man. So I'm breaking all that down. When after I break that down, then I'm going to go into the races of men to show and prove that America is a race by itself. And that's when I'm going to go into, well, why America? And that's when I'm going to go back into the Bible and taking it from the beginning of Genesis and breaking it down and talking about the race that existed before the Adamites, the pre-Adamites, the so-called Adam Kadmon. I'm going to break that down. You feel me? And then I'm going to conclude with that. And then I'm going to go into the Bible, talking about who the Bible God is, what the Bible God is, who Satan is, and who Satan is not. So that's what I'm going to conclude the book with. It's going to be, trust me, a masterpiece. So, like I said, I'm going to take the next 3 to 4 weeks, almost 6 weeks, to just kind of like, I have all the information. So I already pieced everything out. All I got to do now is just place it in the book itself. All right. But I have different documents that I wrote. All right. So place everything together. I'm going to do the different edits. And then I'm already working on the book cover. The book cover in itself is going to be off the chain. So I would say by no later than the ending of January, okay, all that should be ready for printing. All right. But I'm gonna keep you guys posted, you know what I mean? So a lot of times I have to be in solitude, you know what I mean? Like I have to be in a moment of stillness because that information, like, you know, I mean, I was never a person that ate bad, but I had to do a lot of detox cleansing, you know, just to receive the information. Like this stuff is real. You feel me? Not even just meditation, but just laying down and opening up myself to receive the information, asking permission to tap into the mind of the great spirit, the universal mind, to pull information out. And then after I get the information, I still have to ask to show me where I could get it physically to show, because a lot of the information that I couldn't just find anywhere, not even on the internet. So it's a process. It's a process, you know, but, you know, it's going to be beautiful. All right. It's going to be beautiful. You feel me? It's going to be great. So we good. We good. Hi, we good, man. We're going to be all right. You feel me? We're going to be all right. All this is just part of the experience. Okay. And there was a time when, you know, we had our greatness. There was a time when the world recognized us as the greatest. All right. And there also became a time when we were looked upon as the worst of the worst, as we are being looked upon right now. And that's just the way it was supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? So as above, so is below. So because we came from on high, we had to experience the lowest of the low. All right. But now that we have gone to the pits of the pits, we have gone to Hades. Okay. Now it's time for us to rise. And that's what all this is about. So you will see a lot of our brothers and sisters, what they call waking up, because they were in that deep sleep. So now it's time for the American gods to rise. And the world will know who we are. But we can't do it in ignorance. You see what I mean? Not ignorance, but in arrogance. We can't do it because that was one of the reasons why we fell, because especially the Atlanteans, right? Because they moved away from the laws of nature. And it was laws of nature that, yes, we had, but they moved away from that. You feel me? They moved away from that. Lemuria, went asunder for a different reason, not because of the laws, but because of, how would I put it? Bestiality, demonic entities, you know what I'm saying? So that was a whole different, it was more so because it was so evil, even if it was a great civilization, all right, but because of evil, all right, and then the Atlanteans had to come to kind of like bring back, okay, put things back into perspective, but we got arrogant, all right, and we started to ignore the laws of nature. But still, some of that knowledge, or the majority of the knowledge, had to be handed down to the minds, okay? So they gave them the knowledge. But all that is our people. So even if you go back into antiquity, we may not look physically exactly like our ancestors look, because nobody looked exactly like their ancestors, but the spark of who they were, who they are, they gave it to us in our DNA, in our thought, in our thinking. So we still have their mind, but a certain part of our mind had to fall into forgetfulness, all right? But because of the awakening, so to speak, then that part will no longer be asleep. You feel me? Up in talking about in terms of the forgetfulness, we'll be able to tap into that and be able to revive that information and revive who we are. So everything, let me tell you something, okay? Everything that you see right now, all the buildings, everything that we already had, all the mountains, all that stuff is just literally civilizations that they built upon. It already exists. I'm talking about great civilizations is literally a few thousand feet underneath in certain places. And they will excavate, and you will hear, astrologists and archaeologists, they found this and they this and that and they this and that. They already know that stuff exists. But all these things have to be brought into light, okay, at a certain time. All right. It's just like working out. You cannot go to the gym as a novice and start benching 500 pounds. You're going to hurt yourself. So the information have to be spoon fed to the babies who fell asleep. All right. A lot of our information is actually in the Vatican, in the Smithsonian Museum in their basement. Okay. But they will not tell you that. The first Alexandria was actually in the Americas. And guess who burnt the library? It was the Moors. You feel me? So a lot of people don't know a lot of this information, but it's no spite or slight to the Moors, because that's what different civilizations was doing. They were burning all this knowledge of different civilizations, and then they would take the knowledge, learn it, and then burn it. And they were the ones who would always hold the knowledge. You feel me? So that was just part of the culture. Slavery wasn't a thing about the color of skin. It wasn't. Slavery was a business, and a very profitable one at that. Every single race on this planet, ethnicity, they have been enslaved. Okay? That's just a fact. It's just a fact. But right now, where we are at, moving forward, a new race is going to be created. And that race is a race, okay, of the children of light, the sons and daughters of light. It's not just, again, it's not about color. And that new race is going to be created in the Americas. It's already forming. You feel me? So once again, we have always been the progenitors. We have always been the teachers. We have always been the one giving to the world. And that's just facts over feelings. So it doesn't matter what anybody say. It's facts. And the truth will eventually come out. All right. But that new race is going to be here in the Americas. All right. What's considered the fifth root race. All right. So therefore, if 20,000 years from now, when our children, our posterity, when they look back in pictures and be like, hold up, that's how our ancestors look, they're going to be looking different from us. And that's just with every era. Okay. That's how it is. It's different. Okay. But they will have that spark of them in us. We are going to give them the light. So fear not, my people. Okay. We are right where we need to be. Okay. Things are happening where it's supposed to happen. And they're actually happening right on time. All right. So with that being said, man, it's over an hour here. You guys have an amazing continuation. I'm always going to come with love. But one thing people have to realize is that love conquer all. And that's true. It's beautiful. And I'm filled with love, and I always give love. Let me tell you something. Every time I say my affirmations, I always send love into the universe, positive energy, positive vibes. That's how I am. But when you run into certain situations, you have to be able to step up with love, all right, and give somebody a spanking, all right? And that's what I did today. I had to spank that sister because she deserved it. You feel me? So with that being said, Monica, no animosity, no hate. Just want you to start rethinking, okay, what you said and the way you feel about my people. You feel me? Because you don't know who we are. You don't know who we are. And the problem is a lot of our people don't know who they are. You feel me? But here's the thing. I know who I am, and I know who you are. That's the difference. You feel me? So with that being said, it is what it is. Handshake on that. No hate, no animosity. It was all done in love. But that lesson needed to be taught. All right. So you guys have a great one. I love y'all, and we'll be talking soon. All right. I'll keep y'all posted on everything. All right. I mean, lately I haven't been posting about the clothing because, like I said, I've been so busy focused on the book, but I got to get back into the clothing as well. So just to find the balance, you know, but I'm going to get back and put things into perspective, and hopefully you guys will, you know, support everything that I'm doing so we could take this thing and put it in motion. All right. So we'll talk later. Peace.